Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? Welcome to a brand new Fallout 76 video. So today, amongst other things, Bethesda have shared a new community calendar that is going to cover the winter period. And on top of the usual events and such, there are a couple of other snippets of interesting information in here. So let's jump in, take a look at this. Okay, so community calendar. As per, Bethesda share one of these roughly around each update, covers about a quarter of the year. This one's got a little bit of extra, there's often a bit of overlap on it, but beyond the usual events and stuff, there's actually a couple of cool snippets here that are not usually included in the community calendar that'll be quite interesting to take a look at. So, let's do this. Okay then, so starting in December, as we would expect, Nuka World on Tour update, 3 new public events, new region boss, Ultrasite Titan, and the Nuka-cade. So, first things first, December 6th is when the Nuka World on Tour update is dropping. That's also when the new season, Season 11, will start. Should have a video on that fairly soon as well, so do watch this space for that one. But yeah, that means that Season 10, the current season, will be ending at the start of the maintenance period on the 6th, so the morning of the 6th. Basically the 5th if you're still working through the current season. So always worth mentioning as well, make sure you grab all your rewards from the current scoreboard, Season 10 scoreboard, before this update goes live, otherwise you'll be scuppered once the changeover happens. So, there we go. 8th to the 12th, we've got Minerva's big sale weekend, Gold Rush and Double Mutations on 15th to the 19th, and the Christmas period kicks off after that. December 20th, we have got the Holiday Scorched seasonal event kicking off, as per standard. The Scorch will be running around in various Christmas-themed costumes. You'll hear the jingling bells, they'll be legendary. At any location outside that you can find Scorched, you can chase them down for various rewards and prizes and things. So that event, as usual, will be running through the Christmas period and ending on January the 3rd. So I'm guessing that's going to be a 2-week Tuesday to Tuesday thing. Let's have a quick gander while we're here. So 20th to the 3rd. So the 20th, yep, that is the Tuesday, running through to the 3rd, which is, yeah, 2 weeks Tuesday to Tuesday, as per. Doubling up on that over the Christmas weekend is double XP and double score, which some people jump into, some people won't. I imagine there'll be a lot of busy people that weekend. And then the New Year's weekend, so December 29th through to January 2nd, there is a script surplus and legendary purveyor sale, so you can get yourself some extra legendaries if you want. So, that rounds out 2022, and we move into 2023 already. I feel like it wasn't that long ago we were saying that for 2022, which is just a bit on the scary side. So, January, Caps Aplenty, kicking things off the first weekend, 5th to the 9th, that's always good, double caps. Gold Rush, Double Mutations, and Minerva's big sale at the 12th to the 16th. That's about the usual position for the sale, so worth keeping an eye out for that one. That'll run Thursday to Monday, Tuesday morning, so keep an eye on that one, that's cool. Script Surplus again in the middle of January, 19th to the 23rd, and Hunt for the Treasure Hunter is making a return alongside a Double Mutations weekend at the end of January, so that's the 26th through to the 30th. Okay, so quietish month in January, which is about what we'd expect. It usually is. They're getting their feet back under them after the holiday period. So, February. This is where we start getting to some more interesting stuff. So, the first weekend in February, 2nd to the 6th, we have a double score weekend, always good. A legendary sale, and some extra stuff on Murmur's side. So, yeah, those two things being the same thing. So yeah, if you want to get some extra stuff from Murmur, you'll be able to do that at the beginning of February. Double Mutations and another legendary sale. This one's slightly more valuable, 25% off your legendaries from Murmur again. That goes from the 9th to the 13th. And we have Fasnacht. Always good to see the dates on that one. Definitely a popular event. Looking forward to diving back into that. Bethesda have been pretty good about putting new masks and new rewards into Fasnacht in particular each year. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they've got for us next year and adding to that collection, and that should be cool, looking forward. That's the 14th through to the 28th. Surprisingly, no Valentine's Day event listed on here to coincide with that. Doesn't mean it won't happen. There might be a challenge or something like that running around there. They've done that in the past, but if nothing else, Fasnacht will be running for what looks to be, yeah, 2 weeks there. Presumably a Tuesday to a Tuesday again in February. Actually, it's not. It's running from a Saturday through till the 28th, which is, yeah, 2 weeks Saturday to Saturday. That's unusual. I mean, it makes sense with the 14th, but yeah, that is unusual for a big seasonal event to kick off on a Saturday. But there we go. Good to know about. So Minerva's big sale will coincide with that one again. So 16th to the 20th there, right in the middle. And double XP and double mutations coming the weekend after. So, yeah, 23rd through to the 27th. And this bit here is where it gets really interesting. So that double XP and double mutations is on the last weekend in February. But the 28th, which is the last day of February, and the Tuesday as well, which, yeah, no, that's on time with what we'd expect for an update to 76, is marked as the start of Season 12. So that's pretty cool. Normally, they don't list the start of a season on the community calendar. Normally that's because the season drops and a new community calendar comes out at that point, and then you start getting all the new update-themed branding, as we have with Nuka World on Tour here, coming onto the new calendar. In this case, they're giving us a heads up in advance, which is cool. So we've got a confirmation date for the end of the next season, so at least we know what we're targeting here. And we're also can infer from this that it's most likely that the first major update of 2023 will be landing on the 28th of February, because they usually come in with the updates, with the seasons, or the two come together. So, yeah, that's really cool. We've got an idea of when the next major update after Nuka World on Tour will be as well. As to what it'll be, no idea. We'll no doubt start finding out through maybe January, but definitely in February anyway. It's usually when information starts to drop about the thing. The PTS for that one will probably open sometime in January, so yeah, we might start getting insights into what we'll get at the end of February there. So the 28th, as I say, it's a Tuesday, so it's the first Tuesday in March would therefore be a full week in. So I'm guessing they've gone with a day earlier than the usual month, as opposed to pushing it back by a week. They must be on track for that, I guess. Everything must be going well with whatever that update will be, because they're moving it closer rather than further away. So it's usually a positive sign. Delays are more common these days, but I think we can take that as a good sign, yeah. And that's, what, 3 months pretty much on the nose for Season 11 as well, so always good to know about. That's roughly consistent with what they've done so far, so that's quite cool. So, looking ahead to March, just to round this one out, we've got new events, new season, and more. So, we're probably going to get new public events from the sound of this as part of whatever that first update is. I think we can infer that from new events. Seems rather likely. The first weekend, March 9th to 13th, we have vendor caps aplenty, so double caps available from robot vendors and double mutations too. We have a double score weekend to get a racing head start on Season 12 from the 16th to the 20th of March. Third of the way through the season there. And 23rd to the 27th, Hunt for the Treasure Hunter will be returning, along with double mutations and Minerva's Big Sale. That's fair enough. And apparently March the 30th through to the April the 3rd is just a normal weekend. I'm going to go with no, it isn't on this. Obviously, that's April Fool's weekend. I'm guessing April Fool's Day must land on the Friday? Oh, it's the Saturday. So, yeah, they're clearly going to do all manner of silliness, I think we can infer for that, for April Fool's on the weekend transitioning from March into April. So, curious as to what they might line up for that. It might be all manner of weirdness. They might have something new. They have been known to return the Holiday Scorched that weekend before as well. So, you get Christmas-themed Scorched running around in April. Looking very confused, no doubt. But hopefully they'll have something new. They've made a deliberate point of putting it on the community calendar here, so fingers crossed that means something is lined up for that. Maybe a new seasonal event that's due to time in with that, so some kind of trickery-themed event. Sort of kind of the opposite of Halloween, maybe. Although, you never know, Halloween event might reappear at that point, because trick or treat, I guess. Who knows? But yeah, there's a couple of interesting things on there that I'm particularly keen to see. Obviously, the usual events and stuff like that. There's not a whole lot of seasonal events, apart from Fasnacht in February there. Well, I suppose it's about average, actually. We've got the December stuff, which is the Holiday Scorched seasonal event. Then 6 weeks later or so, we've got Fasnacht. And then we've got sort of 6 weeks after that, we'll have whatever ends up being the April Fool's weekend. We'll see. They could do any number of things there. Hopefully something new, but coupled with new events and things like that, yeah, there's a whole lot of cool information. And as I say, unusual to hear the new season date this early before the next one started, you know. Season 12 before Season 11's even started is unusual. And it does give us that heads up on when the next update will be, which is definitely cool. Looking forward to finding out about that. My personal hypothesis, shall we say, given the way the current year has gone, 2020, Obviously, everything on the roadmap for 2020, all the updates and stuff they've released have been focused towards endgame content, which is completely fair. We've been asking for that since, well, probably 2018, 2019. So that's definitely long overdue, but the price we've paid for that, obviously, as I'm sure you're well aware, is that we've had less story content on the other side. So my hunch, seems like a reasonable guess, is that they'll probably go story heavy for 2023. That would make sense and shift it back the other way. So I'm guessing maybe we'll get the first insights into what the next big story content update drop might be in the early part of next year, with a view to getting at least the first part of that in, well, at the end of February. So yeah, that would be very, very cool if that is the case. We'll have to wait and see. They did hint back at the end of August, around about QuakeCon time, that there would be story content coming next year. Obviously, if you dive into the new pit content that arrived back in September, there's little hints around the Enclave there, or possibly the Enclave. It's not specified, but you never know. We might be seeing the re-emergence of Enclave-related content and factions and stuff like that coming next year. No actual hard basis for that, other than what I've just said, you know, the little hints in the pit DLC, but we'll have to see. Either way, that looks very, very cool to see that, and I'm definitely looking forward to finding out more about it. So, hope you folks found this useful and informative. If you're looking forward to Nuka World on Tour, I've got a whole load of content on that, including a camp build that I did using the Nuka Cola truck a few weeks ago, so do check that one out. And as usual, all the cards up in the corner will have plenty of bits and pieces you can check out if you're looking for more Fallout-related stuff, so do check that one out. Like, subs, social media links, merch store, all that good stuff, always appreciated. Notification bell if you want to catch up on everything else. And of course, do join us for live streams as well. We are going to continue on, as always, with Fallout 76. Going to jump into that later this evening. And we are going to be playing a few other bits and pieces. Some scary stuff this side of the end of 2022, and some more wacky and out there stuff, as well as potentially some more base building related stuff in 2023, obviously, as well as the upcoming Bethesda releases too, which look very, very interesting. So lots happening in the coming months. So notification bell if you want to hit all that stuff up as well will be a good bet. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon.